Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku charts.com hourly analysis update for the Aussie dollar US dollar FX for Tuesday, June 25th, 2013. Well, rallying market. Previously we saw the market hovering around the cloud and trading above and then below, with giving us some conflicting buy and sell signals, and here we saw a solid bullish breakout up above the cloud with a very strong candle, with the buyers closing with control of this market, and now we've seen some solid follow through. The market has traded up through the mid point level of the pivot point area in a bullish manner and broken out up above all of the three Ichimoku indicators, broken out above the cloud, the Kumo, the Kijun-sen, the pink line, and the Tenkan-sen, and we've seen the size of the bodies extend quite nicely. This last candle that we're looking at is still developing, but there is a very strong possibility of this market testing up to the first pivot point resistance level around 93.14, 93.15. And it's a very strong target for this market. If we do see selling coming in around there, we should be watching around the mid pivot point level again if the market does trade down to those levels. Now just looking at this Fibonacci extension for the current move that that's developing in the market, we've seen a very strong bullish breakout up above the 261.8% level, and does suggest there is good potential for the market to test up to the 423.6, which is at 93.09, and that's coinciding with this area around that first pivot point level of resistance, and it will be crucial to this market. It should hold as a fairly strong resistance if the market does trade up around that level. In terms of the Fibonacci retracement, here we're in an expansive mode of that now. We did see some price rejection from the 100% level. It did set the market up for a potential change of trend, and we had this small bodied candle still in an uptrend, but then we've seen the buyers come back in solidly to close the market up above the 100% level. This 161.8% level is at 93.08, around the same level as the with the previous technique, and further strengthening the amount of resistance that we expect up around that first pivot point level. If we do see strong bullish activity up above the pivot point level, there is a possibility of this market trading up to the second level, which is around 93.82, and that's coinciding with the 261.8%. So the Fibonacci levels are lining up quite nicely with these pivot point resistance levels. But in terms of Ichimoku, obviously now a bullish market in all three time frames. We could expect some close by resistance based on this swing high and the fairly strong price rejection that we saw around here, around the 93 level. So the market will be approaching there fairly soon. So let's watch how the market develops. But at the moment, the market is finding some very solid upside momentum, and I suggest that the market will trade up to around the 93.14, 15 level. Now in terms of the Euro US dollar FX, this is an hourly chart, and here we saw the market rally to the pivot point area, the first pivot point resistance area, and be rejected from there. So it's interesting how these pivot point levels are very good indicators of support and resistance, and in this case here also the market rallied to within the cloud, and we're seeing some strong rejection from there, but the market is still trading within the cloud. So we have a neutral market in big picture terms, whereas we had a negative market, so there could be a change of sentiment in this market, but we're not seeing any solid follow through. A very indecisive candle here. It does suggest that we could see a downtrend develop, but at the moment we now have the bottom of the cloud and the area below the Tenkan-sen acting as an area of support. If we do see the market close in a bearish manner down below the Tenkan-sen, we could quickly see the market testing down towards the middle pivot point level, which coincides with the area around the Kijun-sen, the pink line here, and that Kijun-sen is pointing flat. So there is a good likelihood of the market doing that and retracing back down towards that middle pivot point level. The market may face quite some strong opposition within the cloud here, but the area of the cloud extends up above that first pivot point level of resistance up to around 131.74 at the moment. And then we have the second pivot point level well up above there at 131.91. If we do see strong price rejection, the market will need to trade through the support offered by the Tenkan-sen, the green line, and the Kijun-sen, and through the middle pivot point level, and we should see some very strong support coming in down around the 130.79 level and the first pivot point support area around 130.70. Now in terms of Ichimoku, obviously as I've mentioned, a neutral market in big picture terms by trading within the cloud, but certainly a chance for that area to hold and for the cloud to turn negative again. But we have a bullish market in the medium and fast term time frame, with the market trading above the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen. So bullish activity in the fast and short term, fast and medium term time frame. We have had a buy signal with Ichimoku recently with the crossover of the Tenkan-sen above the Kijun-sen, but that has occurred below the cloud, so it's a very, very weak buy signal, and there's a reason why that's a weak buy signal, and that's obviously because if the market does appreciate it, the price appreciation might be limited by the strong resistance offered by the cloud, and that's what we're seeing here at the moment. So not a very strong signal, and probably the signal with the weakest probability. If we do see the market trade back down below the cloud and close below both the Ichimoku indicators here, the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen, in a very bearish manner, we could quickly see the market testing down to around the 130.79 level and the first pivot point level. But we do need to be patient and wait for this market to develop out of where we're trading at the moment. With this Kijun-sen pointing flat, there is a likelihood of the market being attracted back towards that mid-level around the 131.07 area. Now on to gold on the hourly charts, and here we see the market attempting to rally in this current candle that's developing. Prior to that we had some very small indecisive candles, a change of trend to the upside, small bodied candles suggesting there was potential for a change of trend, with the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen holding as resistance for this market. But the market has now found some solid upside momentum in this current candle that's currently developing, but we're starting to see the midpoint level hold as a resistance, and also the bottom of the cloud, and that will be the problem for this market in the next couple of hours. The area around the cloud and that midpoint level, we could see some price rejection from there. The market's already tested almost down to the first pivot point support area around 1271, and that will be an area of very strong support if we do test down below there. And we do have some solid support at 1266, and then the second pivot point support area around 1260. As we move further into the trading day, however, the influence of the resistance around the cloud will lessen, and we can see that it's becoming weaker and weaker here and narrower. And as we move into the trading day, we could see a breakout to the upside if we find the buyers finding some momentum. If that does happen, then we do have the first pivot point area of resistance around the 1296 area, but we have that very solid area of round number resistance at 1300, and that will be a very strong barrier to this market trading higher. There is a good likelihood here, however, of the market coming off. If we can trade down through both the Kijun-sen, the Tenkan-sen, the pink and the green line here, we would have a bearish market in all three time frames, and a strong likelihood of the market testing down to around the 1270, 1271 area.